Blockchain is a technology of the future, but what about using it for personal benefit now? What about if you want to get involved in buying and selling some Bitcoin now? What's the best way to do that? So there are a number of different things you can do. Downloading a digital e-wallet is a good first step and a good way to have a wallet into which you can receive Bitcoin. You can fill your wallet from your bank or different kinds of exchanges currently, or from your friend. So maybe your friend is going to transmit some Bitcoin to you. And then from your digital wallet, you can purchase items via Bitcoin in person at a vendor point of sale by scanning your QR code and transferring Bitcoin, or on the internet by using your address to purchase something with Bitcoin. So one of the benefits of this is, for example, consider making a purchase with Overstock right now versus Amazon. So a site like Amazon, you need to enter your whole personal identity information and your financial information, your credit card information. And that store has a big database of all customer financial data that they store and is a honeypot that can be attacked by hackers, as opposed to other sites like Overstock, which accept Bitcoin. So you can buy your same items there and you just buy it with Bitcoin. You don't need to give them your name or address except for the package delivery, but not for the payment information. You don't need to supply your personal financial data. And so already that's safer for you and safer for the store. They don't need to worry about protecting this honeypot database that can be hacked with their customers' credit card information. And the Bitcoin transfer is immediate. So it's safer and cheaper for you as a consumer, as well as safer for vendors. So you might consider using Bitcoin to purchase items like that. Bitcoin is very volatile. It's been at $2,700, $2,900 lately. It was at $800 for a year or more over a year ago. So the currency is very volatile and subject to investor interest and speculation. And so if you're an individual, certainly if you're speculating, it can be an interesting security to invest in for speculation purposes. It can, but it's not safe but it's a very high risk kind of security. And if you're a vendor, what if you're a vendor and you would like to accept Bitcoin as payment? And what about the volatility? So what happens is that when you sign up with a payment merchant like BitPay, every time that you receive a transaction in Bitcoin, it's automatically converted to the fiat currency. So there's not a very high risk of loss from currency conversion due to the volatility of the investment. Also, some of the funds by which you might presumably there will be more kinds of ETF or securities that are actually Bitcoin pegged in the future. There aren't a lot of options for this yet, but in these kinds of investment vehicles, one idea is a kind of an averaging. So the investor is not exposed to risk, but rather all the time there's a balancing between the fiat currency and the Bitcoin to try to solve for the volatility of the Bitcoin price. Another possibility is investing your IRA in Bitcoin. There's a company that offers that as an option currently. And right now is a good time to explore and conduct a few transactions with Bitcoin, but certainly in most people's case, not time to invest a lot into it because it's a new vehicle and it's high risk. Also, the tax consequences are something to check based on whatever state and country you're in. Some regimes tax Bitcoin transactions as a currency, others as a security, and there are different regulations unfolding on different time frames in different tax regimes. So that's another element to be aware of when you're considering personal exposure to Bitcoin. But it's definitely a modern thing to start to get to be familiar with, to get a digital wallet and start conducting a few transactions.